Where is the money going in the NFL for Week 15? What about the first 4 college football playoff games? We're going to discuss that and a lot more. We're going to take apart every NBA game on the board, every NHL game on the board. We have some early college football and NFL bets for you. And of course, our world famous parlay of the day. Art DiCesare joining me, Joe Raineri. You're watching the best betting show ever. Hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and make sure to put up comments. Lots of incredible comments yesterday. So much fun. Art, we had a great show yesterday. Steve Merrill sitting in your seat. He did a good job.
No, I love to see Steve Merrill. I love to see him. He's a good guy, always a friend anytime I was on with him. I'm not sure about this Brian Power guy, so maybe we found a replacement.
Yeah, nobody is. You know, Brian, yeah. I heard Brian Power is hosting Thursday and Friday, so check that out. Shut up, guys. Let's get straight into it. We got a big show. Let's talk. We've got some early discussion already. You're gonna tell us where the money is going on the Browns and the Bears, the Colts and the Seahawks. And I'm curious about this Panthers-Saints game. Nice victory by the Saints. Panthers off a bye. Fill us in on those 3, and then we'll get into some college football.
Absolutely. Cleveland at Chicago. Obviously, Chicago comes off a really tough loss in the division with Green Bay. Open 6.5. Sharps laid 6.5. Sharps laid 7. Bears now up over that key number of 7. 7.5 point home favorite to Cleveland. Totals ticked up 0.5 point, which is surprising in a Browns game. Open 39.5, now 40. Colts Seattle. This is going to be, how high is this number going to get? The Colts are bringing in Phillip Rivers for tryouts. Riley Leonard's not an NFL quarterback. We opened this thing 11. Sharps instantly jumped on that. We're now 13.5 on this game. This game probably approaches 14, probably even gets over 14, because how could anyone back Indianapolis right now? And this game, Prez, you're right. This has been a fascinating game because we have groups on both sides that we respect. Carolina at New Orleans. We got really respected money on 3. Then when we went to 2.5, respected money on 2.5. We're now Carolina -2.5, -120. So we've kind of split it a little bit. We're probably not going to go back to 3. Feels like 2.5 -120 is going to be the booking number. But we'll see, obviously as the week progresses. Total was 39.5, now 40.5. Just moved with the market on that.
Wow.
I'm curious, Art. Had the Bears won that game against Green Bay, would you even have opened up under a touchdown, you think? Or do you think they're seeing right now where, listen, recency bias plays a big part in what's going on here? You just saw Cleveland drop 30-some-odd points, even against Tennessee, and you saw Chicago lose again. So I'm wondering, would that have opened up a touchdown or more to begin with had they won that game?
I think the perfect way to answer that, Joe, is we opened 6.5. We've taken money at 6.5 and 7, and now 7.5. Yeah. I think a Bear win, we start at 7.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any question about it. We start at 7.
Yeah.
So Art, let's do the inverse of that question, because Caleb Williams didn't muck up the ending there. He basically could have run for a first down easily. I mean, easily. I would have been able to crawl for a first down on that play, and he made a horrible pass.
Well, it was 4th and 1 from the goal line. I mean, they were only at the 2.
The goal line.
Yeah, the last play of the game was an interception.
Well, then he could have run it in. Then he could have run it in for a touchdown. Whatever the case may be.
Why call that play, though? That's what why Ben Johnson a pass when you've been running the ball? Like, I don't understand the play call.
Probably an RPO. It was probably an RPO, and Caleb made the wrong decision. Well, but regardless of that, they could have won that game. And here we have Green Bay at -2.5 against a Denver team that's won 10 straight. Would Green Bay be favored if Chicago had won that game?
Green Bay is favored. What do you mean?
Yeah. Would
were
they be
always
favored? Would they be favored now if Chicago had beat Green Bay?
But they opened as a favorite, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
They were never a
we
dog.
opened
They didn't
1.5.
flip. They were always a
Okay.
favorite.
No.
So I'll ask the question exactly the same way because these two idiots aren't listening. Had Chicago have won the football game, would
Yeah.
Green Bay be favored now?
Yes, still.
Oh, still. Okay.
Well, let me
There you
ask
go.
how about
100%
this
because
flip question.
At least you actually answered
Well,
the question.
Green Bay's public.
Right.
Bay's public, and they're also a sharp play. And Denver, no one sharp wise has taken Denver all year.
Right.
And there really hasn't been, despite all the winning, public people who want to come back Denver. Green Bay fits both, scenarios where they're a public team and they're a sharp team. So yeah, they would have opened a favorite regardless.
Green Bay has got, don't forget, Prez, too. Green Bay took a lot of money against the Bears. And, the Bears were like the darling, right? They were that trendy dog, Art. And Green Bay still got money, last week. And let me ask you, let's go the flip on that, Prez. Art, had the Raiders not kicked the field goal and Denver not covered that, and they had actually won by 10, would the line have changed any there? Would we be looking at Denver? I mean, how many losses is that with Denver now? Not
crazy.
losses, ATS losses in the most asinine ways that we've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great point. And listen, obviously the Raider game was one of the wackiest things we've all ever seen. But this is how Denver wins their games. They never really win.
They never cover.
Blow teams out. They never cover. I mean, that
crazy.
Thursday night game against the Raiders in Denver, they probably should have lost to the Raiders. I mean, Denver's had a lot of these type of games. So Denver is just a weird team that nobody knows what to do with. So the Sharps have stayed far away from them, and the public stayed far away from them as well.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get into that game a little later on in the week. All right, let's look at the college football playoffs. Look, we get big line moves in college football bowl season, massive line moves. Let us know if you think any big line moves are coming in the college football playoffs, and where's the money so far?
Yeah, and obviously over the next couple of weeks, we'll be discussing all these bowl games. And, 2 or 3 weeks down the road, we'll say, hey, this game opened -3 and now it's +10. It's going to happen. I mean, that's what bowl season is. But the playoff games, really 3 of them we've been pretty steady on. Oregon, we opened 21 against James Madison, still 21. Old Miss, we opened 16.5 against Tulane. We moved to 17 because we were on the low end. We just kind of don't know what the Lane Kiffin, I know they already played, but Kiffin's gone. How does that affect the team? So we were on the low end. We moved to 17 just to kind of get to market on that game. The A&M Miami game, 3.5, 4. We're 3.5. We're a little bit lower on the game. I mean, it's kind of split 3.5, 4 across the board. The real game, though, that we've taken money on and action was the Alabama-Oklahoma game, which out of the games in this little 4, pack, that's going to be the game that sees the most money. We took Oklahoma sharp money. We were Alabama -1.5. We were on the high end. We believed Alabama should be favored. There were a lot of picks out there, and we were on the high end of Alabama, and we saw some sharp accounts take Oklahoma with that 1.5. So we're now at pick. So instant money for us was Oklahoma sharp 1.5.
Go ahead. Well, I'm still laughing that 12 of the best teams in the country, and 2 of those fucking spreads are three scores or more, Art. Come on. Give me a break here. These are the best teams in the country, all right. But how about that Miami one? I'm interested because Miami, nobody wants them as a favorite, Art. But obviously, as a dog here, 3.5, 4, 4.5, somewhere in that ballpark. You think Miami going to get any love here this week, or is everyone still going to be bent that Notre Dame's not in?
I think they will, Joe, and I think that's why we were on the lower end. We didn't want to be 4 or 4.5. We're almost saying, hey, you want to come take A&M? Come lay 3.5. And listen, if it's someone we respect, we'll, of course, move the number. That's how we operate. Sometimes we put up numbers to kind of see, are we off on this? Are we not, but no respected accounts have come and laid that 3.5 yet. So we figured if we were 4 or 4.5, the respected accounts would take Miami. So we're fine taking money on 3.5 with A&M. And listen, we'll let the game play out over here in the next couple of weeks, on how we're going to book this game.
Art DiCesare joining us from the Westgate. Joe Raineri and myself, you're watching the best betting show ever. Hit that like button. Guys, in the fade or not fade section, I'm going to throw the worst teams in the NFL at you, and we're going to discuss whether to fade or not fade them. And we're going to do that largely because there's betting opportunities ahead on some of these shit teams. So we'll talk to both Joe and Art about that. Let's get into our parlay of the day. Joe Raineri, did we win our parlay of the day yesterday? I know I won my leg, and I know Steve Merrill won his. Did you win yours?
They won. I don't think they covered, but
well, that's a no.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is a money line parlay, Prez. So, but okay.
No, it wasn't a money line parlay. I played the under.
What? Yeah, but I said money line.
Oh, you put it on the money line?
Right. So
then
that's
we
usually
won.
what we do. Okay.
We won 2 in a row.
There we
Joe,
go.
Roll your eyes.
I just like my goodness. Why are we laying points if we can just take the money line on a 3-teamer? I mean,
okay. Do you, bro? Should we do another public services announcement for Debbie?
We should definitely get Debbie on the show. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we should. Okay, parlay of the day, leg number 1 for me. I'm going to stick on unders.
Oh,
guys, I'm going to take Winnipeg and Dallas. Those two teams have played against each other. 8-2 to the under. I'm going to take what can I get a 6.5? Art, can I get a 6? No. 6.5 at FanDuel. That's what I'm taking.
Boom.
6.5 for me on the under. Joe.
Interesting. All right. Miami Heat tonight, money line. Keep it simple.
Art.
Yeah, I love that. Taking a short home favorite in the NHL. Give me the Penguins at home against the Ducks.
Ooh. It's a nice spot to play against the Ducks too, Art. So I like that play. Okay.
Nobody wanted Edmonton in regulation. Nobody. Are they even playing tonight? Are they? I think they're playing Buffalo, right?
And there's a ton of money coming in on Buffalo.
Is there? I don't blame them.
We've gone from minus 230 to minus 200. There's a minus 196 at 2 books. So yeah, Art, you taking money on Buffalo?
Yeah, I mean, listen, there has been plenty of fade opportunities for at least the public to look at Edmonton and say we're going to go against them. So it doesn't shock me that money comes in on Buffalo.
Yeah. Okay. To fade or not to fade. Ooh. I'm going to talk shit teams. We're going to go through them one at a time. We're going to start with the New York Jets. They are plus 11.5 against Jacksonville. And I think there might be some value betting on this team, guys. I think they're showing that they care. They're playing with their coach. They might be a bet on team, but I hate betting these shit teams. Joe, clearly you're hating on the Jets.
Who's the quarterback, Prez? Brady Cook? Because nobody's healthy in that game for the Jets.
They're bringing Jeff George.
Oh,
Jeff George is coming back.
They're pulling a page out of Indy's book. I got it. Yeah.
Or Jake Plummer.
Well, they should ask Boomer because he was a former Jet at one point. So why not at that point? No, there's no way legit that we can look at that. And they have no interest in winning games. There's no benefit for them winning any more games.
We keep saying that.
None.
We keep saying that, and then these teams come out and win games. Art, what about the Jets?
No way.
Prez, I look at that number and I'm with you. I want to say, and I know Jacksonville's been good, but who are they to lay that number? But the Jets have been awful.
Who are they to cover that number, the Jets?
Yeah. True. But if Brady Cook is going to be the starting quarterback for the Jets, that's an instant fade for me.
Yeah, I agree.
With the Browns, guys, I look at the Browns and I'm like, okay, they got maybe top 3 D unit in the league. This D unit has to be like, screw you, I'm done. So I think the Browns are a fade team moving forward. Joe?
Yeah, I think that they are slowly but surely going to get all the public love. Shador! Oh, look at what he did. Look at all those yards he passed for. Oh, if they only would have went for 2 with him on the... Oh, stop it. No, this team is awful. Stefanski is awful. He is probably no longer going to be there at the end of this year. Oh, but the good news, Prez, is Deshaun Watson has been activated.
Back, yeah.
Right, yeah, he'll be back. So that's good news for the... Yeah, no, they are absolutely a fade. And listen, I hope Shador has another halfway decent showing so we can fade him again next week, too, when the public is all over him.
Yeah. Guys, I have 2 things I keep forgetting to mention, so I'm going to do it right now in this show, in this moment. Price is Right. I made it.
Oh, God, help us. Oh, no. How did you make it? How did you make that?
Town. Doesn't matter. I'm not in town.
You won't be in town?
What do you mean you won't be in town? What does that mean?
The taping for the Price...
Right, yeah.
The taping for The Price is Right is this Friday.
Okay.
And I'm leaving a Whistler. No. I'm leaving a Whistler on Thursday.
Oh my God!
Right.
So you are
once
trading.
in a lifetime.
Oh my God! And just so we can let people, and let me make sure I get this here, Prez, because I don't want to. If I'm not mistaken, how long ago was that? That was
about a month ago, 6 weeks ago.
Okay, and this was.
Lawrence Robbie, you're 56 years old. Why are you playing hockey outside in your front?
I'm getting ready to be on The Price is Right.
What does hockey have to do with The Price is Right?
Well, when I win, I'm going to buy my hometown team, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Stick drop.
Okay.
Lawrence Robbie.
And that is what got you on the... Oh.
And yeah, no, because you know why, Art? I would cancel my trip if I was guaranteed to be a contestant. But all you're guaranteed is to be in the damn audience. And I think they taped 5 shows on Friday. So I'll have 5. I think they would pick me. I do believe they would pick me, given that I have such an awesome personality. But I'm going skiing, man. There's nothing The Price is Right. Well, there's no prize that I could win on The Price is Right that I would give up a ski trip
So
for.
you made us sit through that video for a week straight. We had to sit there and watch that so you could be on we even took bets on whether or not you'd make it on the Canadian Prize. Make it and now you're not going? Oh.
Yes. And the other thing I wanted to mention was...
Well, you didn't make it, so now all the bets are refunds.
That's correct. Now they're refunds. Exactly.
Oh, well.
You know what, Prez?
The other thing
when you get back, we're going to do our own best betting show ever version of The Price is Right, just so we can have something that says Prez was on The Price is Right.
Well, we'll get into that later. Let me tell you the second thing that I keep forgetting to mention, right smack in the middle of fade or not fade. Joe Raineri, are you aware that Pete Carroll has done it before? He has covered the spread for absolutely no reason before. Do you know that story?
No. Well, I saw
when he ran in the 2
response
points.
he gave. Yeah, I saw the response he did. And he was just like, oh, I know you guys don't understand. And then he talked for like 5 minutes and never gave a reason.
Yeah, never gave a reason.
Didn't even try to get us to understand. So I don't get Pete Carroll. Either he's senile or he's full of shit and knew exactly what the spread and the total was in that game.
Of course, Joe, Buffalo was, what was it? He was playing with New England. New England, I think, was -3. They were playing Buffalo.
Right.
There was a Hail Mary thrown by New England. This was right before Bill Belichick's days. I'm guessing the quarterback was probably like Eason or something. There's a old reference.
Nah, it was Bledsoe. Come on.
Yeah, that was
Oh
Bledsoe.
yeah, Bledsoe, of course, Bledsoe. So they threw a Hail Mary into the end zone. There was a pass interference call, Buffalo, which lost Buffalo the game. Buffalo was so pissed off that they went to the dressing room. Because they went to the dressing room, Pete Carroll told his kicker to just walk it into the end zone for a 2-point conversion, which covered the 3.
So you're saying he's got a history
And
of this.
that I believe, Prez, was the 94 season, which was the first year of the 2-point conversions.
Wow.
Yeah. And he said
Unreal.
on camera that people have never forgiven him for it, and yet he did it again.
Well,
The
would
Tennessee Titans.
Oh, God.
I think the Tennessee Titans might be a bet on team moving forward, Art. I'm telling you that flat out. Like, they don't need a quarterback. They are playing hard. Their defense is looking better. Their coach is playing or coaching opportunities. They're trying to improve their quarterback. This team's a bet on team for me. Art?
Yeah, I don't disagree. Obviously, in these last 4-something games, you might have to pick your spots here, but you're right. They don't need a quarterback. Them getting the first or second pick doesn't matter. They're going to play out the string, and they're going to see how much Cam Ward can improve down the stretch here. So I'm with you, Prez. I think they're going to play hard.
Joe?
Yeah, they'll play hard, and they'll get their ass handed to them because they suck. Absolutely not. No. I am not expecting bad teams to do good things this time of year. Not the Jets, not Tennessee. No, absolutely not.
Art, I feel like this is going to be the running theme with Joe Raineri for the
No
fade or
way.
not fade the shitters.
No way.
I have to fade the Raiders. This Raiders team is a nightmare. I think Pete Carroll might be coming to the end of screwing bettors up.
Yeah, no, the Raiders are a fade. Carroll's done. He should not come back. Gino's awful. Them taking a running back at 6 was awful. The only bright spot is the tight end. The Raiders are a complete trash team.
There we go.
Good teams win, great teams cover. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Let's race through the NFC. The New York Giants, they're a fade team for me. Art, where are you at?
Yeah, I'm fading my Giants as well.
Whoa. Let's not fade the Giants right away here. I think the Giants, if anybody, has shown that, yeah, they might have a little something left in the tank. I think they needed that bye week, Art, because I think they finally got some rest. They got some guys healthy, and I think Jackson Dart, I think they like Kafka. I think they're going to play hard for him.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean to win or cover.
No.
But they'll play hard like Tennessee.
The Minnesota Vikings, I think they're in tough this week, but I think they might be a team to look at. I think they're a bet on team for me, Art.
They're a team I can't figure out. One week they look like, they're going to lose 30-0. Next week they win 30-0. I would stay completely away from this team because I also still don't trust the quarterback.
I think McCarthy, has a concussion again this week, so it's Brosmer. So I'm going to back McCarthy next week, the following week when he plays. Because apparently, if it ain't broke, you went from Brosmer to shutting out an NFL team. So throw Brosmer out this week, take it on the chin, and bring McCarthy back next week and shut out the next team.
Okay. The New Orleans Saints, they're trying, man. And
Can't figure them out.
They were excited to win that game. I think they like their coach too, Art. I think they might be a team I'm interested in looking at.
Yeah, you're right. Obviously, with the first-year coach, I mean, they still need a quarterback. So a top pick for them is important. But you're right, Prez. They really were happy to win that game last week. And I've told you, we've already seen really sharp money on the Saints this week. Granted, it's been on both sides, but the sharps have been on the Saints all year. This is something that's been a theme of this show. So it's not going to end here towards the end of the season.
Joe.
It's crazy how they started the year loving the Saints, then they got off them, and now they're back on them. And
now they're back.
And now they're back on him. So, I mean, listen to saying, even the kid quarterback, I mean, the kid has gotten absolutely destroyed this year, and he was tough as nails in that game against Tampa and ended up winning him. So, they are, if any of these shit teams you're talking about, why not? Division rivalry, they already beat Tampa. Could you imagine if they beat Carolina? Oh, my goodness.
I think the biggest mess in the league is this Cardinals team. I think this whole team is going to be overhauled at the end of the season. I think they're a fade team, period. Art?
Yeah, 100%. And these spreads are reflecting it. They're all double digits now. They keep going up. They close even higher than they open. Nobody's going to come to any sports book and put their money on the Cardinals. Complete fade.
Joe?
Remember when Gannon was like the this hot new coordinator, head coach, and everything was going to, the Cardinals were going to be, no, the Cardinals suck because it starts from the top. Organizationally, they suck. And they invested $200 million in a guy they can't figure out how to get rid of. So they just faked an injury and benched him for Jacoby Brissett. And they still have to take $50 million in dead cap money if they cut him this year. So he's there one more year, whether they like it or they don't.
Yeah. Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah. Well done, Bidwell. Well done.
Art DiCesare, that's the segment, my brother. Thanks for doing this. Tomorrow we'll be back with the same lineup, Art DiCesare, Joe Raineri, and myself. But we still have lots of show left to go. Art, thanks, man. I really appreciate your time, brother.
Hey, Art, before you go, just one more time. Just so you can.
Robert, you're 56 years old.
Just
Why
want
are you
you to
playing
get a hold.
hockey outside in your front?
I'm getting ready to be on The Price is Right.
What does hockey have to do with The Price is Right?
Well, when I win, I'm going to buy my hometown team, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Stick drop.
You can thank me later, Art. You can thank me later.
Unreal.
Later, Art. Joe, lots of shows still to come. We got our college football early bets, our NFL bets, NBA, NHL, and college basketball. But before we get into any of that, it is Customer Appreciation Day over at WagerTalk. $5 plays. I've got some. Joe's got some. We're going to talk about that in. Joe, I got a big play up tonight. It's $5 Tuesday. I've got a 4% NHL regulation bet. And, man, I'm going for 8 in a row on these bets. I'm also 77% in the last 2 years of these bets, 73% in the last 3 years. This is a very, very, very strong play. It is a 4% NHL bet. My 4% bets are very, very rare. I have maybe 2 of them so far in the NHL all year. This is a monster of a play. So head over to WagerTalk, get that. It's only $5. And I also have an NFL parlay bet, which is also a 4% bet. We won our 5% NFL parlay last week. We gave it out on Tuesday. We're going to do the same this week. It's also only $5 until midnight tonight. So check that out. So yeah, Joe, I got 2 big 4% plays. I have a college basketball and an NBA play, but my priority right now is the NFL parlay and that 4% NHL bet. What do you got going?
Love it. All right, $5 Tuesday. So $5 NBA Cup best bet for tonight and a 4% NFL top play also available for $5 over at wagertalk.com, Press.
Okay, brother. Well, let's get into the rest of our show. We got college football and NFL bets, NBA rundown, NHL rundown, college hoops, and we're going to end the show with the mailbox segment. Joe, we have 2-minute segments each. I'll go first, an NFL bet. Cue it up, and let's start right off the bat with Green Bay going into Denver. And Joe, I don't get it. So Denver wins 10 games in a row, and they are a home dog. Are they playing an all-star team? I'm lost. I understand that Denver can't seem to cover spreads. They don't need to cover a spread here. I understand that Denver wins all their games super close. That's all they need to do here. I want to also point out that Green Bay is no juggernaut. Caleb Williams could have walked the ball in for a touchdown to tie that game and threw a bad pass. That's how Green Bay got out of that one. The Detroit Lions missed 2 fourth fourth and ones. Green Bay got 2 fourth and ones. That's how Green Bay won that one. And when Green Bay went into Cleveland, oh, wait, they lost that one. And how about when Green Bay hosted Carolina? Oh, yeah, they lost that one too. This Green Bay team, Joe, is not as good as everyone thinks. Denver is the dog here. Full's favorite. Give me the Broncos.
Broncos it is. All right, Prez. College, I'm going to go to this Saturday. Army versus Navy. Gotta love this game. Now, for years, this game used to be an automatic, just bet the under and forget about it. Can't do that anymore here. Total hovering around 38 and a half. And listen, Army is not going to be airing it out. We get that. But they certainly have picked up the pace on offense. Number 67th in the country for snaps per game. Navy, number 31st, scoring 32 points per game. We know Blake Horvath, a dozen or so times, is going to air it out. He's completing 62% of his passes, has 9 touchdown throws. Listen, unless something changes here, I don't see how this game doesn't get at least 40 or more points, which is how I'm betting it, Prez. I'll take the over in Army and Navy.
There we go. Joe, you got to keep going. It's our NBA rundown. You sure you could do the 2 games in 2 minutes?
Think we can do it.
Why don't
Prez.
you throw the college basketball in there as well, Joe?
Oh, why don't we do both of them? Well, easy enough. I mean, the first NBA Cup here tonight game is going to be between the Miami Heat and the Orlando Magic. This is the Cup quarterfinals. Of course, the Kia Center in Orlando is where this game is going to take center stage. And the big storyline here is Franz Wagner, the Magic leading scorer, unavailable here. Looks like he's escaped major injury, but won't be in it for this game, which is a bit concerning. Now, Orlando has beaten Miami twice already this year, including last Friday in Orlando. But they have beaten Miami in these 2 games by a combined 5 points, including the 106-105 game they won a week ago. Miami got embarrassed at home over the weekend to Sacramento, but they've had a couple of days of practice now. Spo says we need to tighten things up. I believe him. However, I don't believe in the total in this game. 235 and a half seems a little bit high for 2 teams that, well, have kind of slowed it down here a little bit and played a little more defense. These Cup games always get more defense than they do maybe a random game on a Monday or Tuesday night in the NBA. I will take the under. And the Knicks now have a 9-game winning streak over your Toronto Raptors entering this quarterfinal, Prez. If it ain't broke, why are we fixing it? We just saw this back on November 30th, and we saw the Knicks 116-94 smack the Toronto Raptors here. Same kind of premise here, though, Prez. I'm not sure I'm buying the 226 and a half, 227 and a half. These NBA Cup games tend to be a little more defensive in nature. Anunoby back for the Knicks here. Miles McBride not available, but I kind of like the under in this one as well, Prez, and that's the way I look at both these games tonight. Give me the unders in the Cup.
Well, let's keep going. We got a ton of NHL, Joe. Ottawa hosting New Jersey. Give me the under, just like you, 5.5. Tampa Bay playing Montreal. Tampa Bay on a back-to-back, but they did lose to Toronto last night. I think there's value on the Lightning here. They are a pick'em. Take Tampa Bay. Vegas playing the New York Islanders. I like the over in this game, Joe. Counterintuitive when playing with these 2 teams, but both of these 2 teams are transitioning from defensive-minded teams to more of an offensive style game, especially the New York Islanders, 5.5. Take the over. As for San Jose and Philadelphia, take the over again here, Joe. There's a 5.5 at some books, but it's mostly 6. 5.5 at the 2 big boys, though. So that's where we're going to go. Anytime San Jose is involved in a game, I'm looking to take them over. Anaheim playing Pittsburgh. I really like Pittsburgh here, Joe. Really good value. It's a good spot for them and a bad spot for Anaheim. Carolina playing Columbus. Listen, I don't know how you can bet Columbus, but I like the under in this game, Joe, 6.5. This Carolina team has not been playing lights out offensively of late, but I think we start seeing that sooner than later. They're playing a Columbus team that could be held to 0. Take the under. St. Louis and Boston, I like the Blues here, Joe. Minus 135 against Boston. I think the Blues are a bet on team moving forward. Winnipeg playing Dallas. You got to look at the under in the Winnipeg Dallas game. 8-2 to the under in their last 10 matchups. Edmonton Oilers money coming in on Buffalo. Screw that. Take Edmonton in regulation. And Nashville playing Colorado. I like Colorado here. I know they're minus 215. Take them in regulation as well. That's it for the NHL rundown. Joe, we've already done college hoops.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get straight into the mailbag section of the show. And Joe, one of the gentlemen wrote, really bad call by you on the New York Jets over the Miami Dolphins. So I'd like to take this moment here to say, shame on you for losing a bet, Joe. We cannot stand for that.
Whoa. They said shame on me for taking the Jets?
Yeah.
My best bet was on the Dolphins and the under.
Joe's recommendation of the Jets beating Miami joins the list of brilliant ideas, like the Japanese bombing Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, guy. See, that's why you need to be a client and a customer, because the customer's got Miami. If you're taking some sort of random rundown like me picking the Jets during the week and holding that my feet to the fire for that, yes, you're right. I was wrong, which is exactly why the clients got Miami in the under.
And we do change plays, guys. I mean, like, I'm asking Joe his opinion on Monday. Jamala writes, did Prez hit his 5% NHL play on Friday?
Yes.
Hell yes, he did. Then we've got Big Diddy. This is the best sports betting. Big Brew Diggity. This is the best sports betting show. I'm sorry to Debbie. I'm sorry you once looked at Prez and thought he was husband material. Thanks for the laughs. Yeah. I don't think I could say it any better than that, Joe.
Nope.
I agree.
Yep.
The real Ron Big, that was the best apology he's ever heard. That is in relation to apologizing to my ex-wife for not sucking. We also want Steve Merrill every day. That's Mike X Poker. Sorry about that. You can't have Steve Merrill every day. And then one of our listeners, Bob88, writes he waited all week for Brian Power to be on the show. And there is no Brian Power. Well, we'll end right there. Brian Power will be hosting this show Thursday and Friday. So you will get your Brian Power fill. Joe Raineri, I hope you win your $5 bets tonight. I hope I win mine. We'll see you tomorrow. Lots of love, everybody. Thanks for watching the best betting show ever.